suiting up, eh?
Aye. I don't have boots actually.
Aye, you can have mine now, we've got socks.
Right.
I'll take one for the team.
That's it.
That's the wee reef we're talking there, right at that point.
Because it's high tide now, you can really see it stick out of the water.
Yeah. We just need to find out. Looks like.
That wee tunnel's class.
Maybe you lost. You lost the flipper.
Yeah.
Hello, Will. There we go. Is that it tight? I think that's it tight. 114. Wow. Massive.
If he lands wrong, there's so many things that could happen.
So if you mess up from this jump, like,
Feel it in your nuggets. I tend to not like to stand there for long and think about it. Once I get to the edge, I'm like, I'm going. Otherwise, I'll stand here for ages and it's like a mental battle. You're like, everything in your body's telling you not to do that jump because it's so big.
So Northern Ireland's a very small country, and at the very top you have the North Coast, which is a really famous place, or otherwise known as the Port.
So the port's got a bit of everything. It's a seaside town. It's got beaches, coffee, it's got ice cream, it's got fish and chips. You can do a bit of everything at the port.
I guess it's a hub for people to do so many different things, and it's a pretty popular place for water activities.
So all that worrying ain't no use. Oh no.
Mr. Barry Atherson. Born and bred in Portrush. Loves Coostern. He's the man. Yeah, he's the man.
Yep. That'll fit you lovely, dude, to the west.
What Coostern is really moving from point A to point B along the coastline, jumping over cliffs, going into caves, doing wave pools, literally all sorts, and every single location along our coastline offers us something different.
Just a great way to see the coast from a different perspective. It's different every day you're out in it. But yeah, we've been doing this kind of stuff since we were kids.
The North Coast is the perfect playground for these guys. And there's one guy that's never out of the water.
Oh yeah. Let's see if we can get some waves.
People know of Albert because he's He's always out surfing the biggest waves, or, oh, did you hear he jumped this big cliff?
Yeah, he was just a fun guy, you know, kind of knew him, friends of friends, and I knew he was always up to something fun and exciting. I fancied him a wee bit.
Mark Thompson, big time senator. He's got an adrenaline addiction.
Yeah, me and Dave and a few other guys from school just kind of started jumping when we were younger. Kind of started off as a bit of a joke, but we end up traveling to so many countries just to jump.
We get word that these new kids are on the block, and they're from Ballymena, and like all they're known for is sheep.
Probably back then they were like, oh, these Ballymena guys don't really belong here, don't really know much about the ocean. But through experiences, we showed them that we did know what we were at.
We're dusted.
We met through a friend, and we were actually out jumping.
About to go hit the Dragon Ball.
And just formed a cool friendship.
Oh, honestly, they are crazy. Both of them are like,
Yoo-hoo!
Albert and Mark definitely have a bug. They push it more than I would personally. Whenever they get to a new level, there's always another level. I think it's an adrenaline thing. They're just screwless, like, definitely.
So we first met these guys at a coasteering session, and when they found out we were filmmakers, we started to have some conversations about documenting something cool.
So Mark had the idea of trying to break a British record for a gainer, which is basically a running backflip from the cliff into the ocean.
I guess when you're in this game, it's natural to progress to the high-end stuff and start breaking records.
So the boys, they're part of a Facebook group chat, and the group chat consists of cliff jumpers from all around the UK, and from there we know that the UK British record is 100 foot.
At the time, I didn't really know the record. I think at the time it was like 100 foot, and we weren't far off that anyway. And we were doing like jumps similar height all the time.
He just had something in his head, I need to do this.
Do you think there's people out there that would say you're reckless?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, quite a lot of people see it. Cliff jumping is reckless. You're just hooligans, idiots. But they're all calculated risks. You haven't just decided to do them, like we've been training pretty hard. Depth's your biggest hazard, like just making sure the water's deep. If it's 12, 15 foot deep, you're good to go. Your landing zone has to be deep and clear. The goal of every jump is to land feet first. If you're not going in dead straight, fully locked in, prepared for it, like the sea will just abuse you.
When you're going from a smaller jump, it doesn't really matter too much. You could land with your hands out a bit off. You could land flat on your back and you'd be okay off a smaller jump. But off a bigger jump, once you're getting up around 60 foot or up to 90 foot, it's got to be perfect.
You start small and build it up. Once you hit a certain level, there's always a new level, and Mark and Albert just have gone a couple of levels above a lot of people.
I mean, it became very, very clear to us quickly that there's nobody in the island that is jumping the heights these guys are jumping. And just by following these guys, by observing them, we've seen these guys are determined.
Anyone else want to lead us off?
I'm coming after you.
Do you want to lead it, Cameron? Yeah, go for it.
It definitely is a misconception that you just turn up and jump. Like, so much work goes into scouting out a location, scouting out a new jump. Where you're jumping from is pretty important. When you're doing tricks, you need a good takeoff for your feet.
2, 1.
So there's a very popular jump in the North Coast called the Lord's Prayer. This is their common jumping spot. The highest jump at the Lord's Prayer is 90 foot, but there's a spot just above it that nobody jumps that the lads have measured at 102 foot. So they know that they can break the record at this jump.
All right, we're down here at the jump spot 2 weeks before drop-in day. Mark's got his granny shovel. We're digging it out, making a nice flat runway. We don't want any bumps. Want her to be smooth sailing. I'm stoked to go. She's looking friendly today, not looking too big. Nice wee evening to cut her out and visualize the drop. Long, go long. How much did you push it?
So we need to remember that on paper, these guys are not professional, but 100% they have mastered the art of cliff jumping.
2 step, off the left foot. That's 2 step. Right, up.
To them, it's all calculated risks, but there is still risk.
Rolling on the river! What's he did?
Yeah, I done as well. Of course you did.
Bert, I've just seen a video of Lewis Dovey, English guy, just broke the British record, the one that we were going to go for, so I'm not really sure what to do now. I don't even know if there's a cliff big enough. I don't know of any anyway that we could do to break it. I don't even know if both of us are good enough to go bigger.
Mark just rang me up and was like, "Oh, did you see that record's been broke? 110 foot." And I was like, "Oh, we're not gonna have the record then," because like that was kind of the biggest jump we knew of. We had just dug a grass platform out of even bigger, so like we couldn't go any higher at that spot.
That's the wee reef we're talking there, right at that point. Because it's high tide now, you can really see it stick out of the water.
Finding a cliff, even to break a record on, is tough. Like, you need the height to be right, you need the depth to be right, takeoff needs to be right.
Around our coast, there's nothing bigger that we know of, so it's going to be somewhere that's never been jumped, isn't a jumping spot. It's going to be uncharted territory.
No one has ever mentioned in the slightest about Kimbean Castle. Like, no one talks about it at all. And when Mark said it to me, I was like, there is no way you're jumping that.
When Mark told us that Kimbean was an option, we got a bit nervous. At the Lord's Prayer, like, that was their local jumping area. We knew it was safe, but Kimbean, it's totally unknown.
Kimbean is a tourist attraction. People from all over Northern Ireland and actually further afield come to see this castle, to see this cliff, not jump off it.
I'd walked out there before, and it's amazing headland, and you walk up to the end of it and then all of a sudden just drops off the wee path you're walking along.
Not deep out there, and all these questions were coming into my head, and then Mark was like, "No, it's sweet. We can do it. We can do it. Like this is where we're breaking the record."
This is deep. Yeah.
So the only thing left that they need to find out is how high is this jump.
I think that's it tight. 114. Wow, that's massive.
So this jump checks out at 114 feet, so that's 4 feet higher than the new record that's been set already. So the depth seems good. A few more sessions and they're good to go.
Alright, Bert, Connie's just rang me there and heard about your accident. So I'm just giving you a message to say I hope you're alright. I don't really know too many details at the minute, but sure when you get this message, give me a call back.
Busted patella off a rock, and I'll be out for a couple of months anyway. I'll miss the summer cliff jump season, but it's a wee life lesson. Risk assessment and not hitting rocks.
Penguin. Penguin.
Alright, trip time, boys. We've got Anderson brothers. Sandest pair of brothers you'll ever meet. This one there. Cammy the G-Nug Keen, Lighton. Matty's younger brother, but the better Lighton. Dave Hogg, straight bomb Keen, like, where is he? Get the legs. He's over there.
It floats.
Oh no, this could go really wrong.
Whenever Albert hurt himself, I was standing on the edge behind him. He backflipped in, and then I got my feet on the edge. I was actually about to do a gainer. He was like, "Don't jump, don't jump." So then I like scrambled down the cliff, and then he managed to get himself out. But then he was just leaning against a rock, clearly in pain. Whenever he landed in, he hit his kneecap off just a shelf of rock, and it just kind of like bumped his knee. It wasn't like he landed right on top of it. He kind of like hit it and then kept going down, so his kneecap got completely dislocated.
I'll stand with you boys on, and then I'll probably sit down there. I would say he's watching us. Absolutely got it. Like, and I'm got it. He's not down. That's why I wanted him down here tonight as well. I'm just gonna have to do it for him. Like, rolling on the river.
Rolling on the river.
So every time he jumps, he says 3, 2, 1, rolling on the river. So
I'm getting sad.
I can cry. I get the cry. So every big jump has to be 3, 2, 1, rolling on the river.
You don't see these things coming. I didn't think I would get hurt cliff jumping. The worst case scenario, I thought I'd maybe fall on my face and get 2 black eyes, which happens, but I didn't see myself having a long recovery from a silly, smallish jump. That, yeah.
Unreal. That's the first time he's done that. Like,
Yeah, I was just devastated. Like, didn't really know. First of all, I was making sure he was fine, but I was pretty got it.
So at this stage, they've got a decision to make. We don't know when or even if Albert's going to be able to jump again. So the decision really is they scrap the record or Mark goes it alone.
I wasn't sure when I'd be better and if I'd be jumping again. So I was like, oh, it'll probably be a year before I'd be better. So at that point, I was like, you should just do it because you're ready to do the jump. You might not want to do it in a year or two, so you should just go for it.
It was getting like some of my best cliff jump memories were with that guy, so it was tough. There's no one I would want to do that jump with probably than him.
Wow, look at the light. Look at that, boy. Wow, look at the light.
If there's someone up there with you on the top of the jump, it's like, right, we'll do it, I'll jump. I'll see you down there, and it's just a better thing to do with someone. So doing it on your own takes a lot of commitment.
Right, here we go.
So with the jump being 8 days away, Mark needs to now build himself up and jump as close to 114 foot as possible.
Up here he's got 90, he's got 102, and then the big one's going to be like 114 feet. You really notice a difference between 90 and 95 feet. Even from where Cameron's standing, from where Owen's standing up there, it's about 6 feet difference. You just feel just everything moves up. You feel it in your nuggets, you know what I mean?
So if you mess up from this jump, like, you're in bad nick. 102 double gator.
Globally and even locally, there's been deaths before. It's nothing to shy away from.
The unknown, like, it could go either way. This jump, like, I could land flat in the back, or it could land.
People die in extreme sports all the time. Like, you know it can happen. You're trying to minimize that. That's all part of the sport.
Hey! Woo! My word. You got it. You got it. No bother. Okay. Calm the model. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
To fully commit to something, you have to be prepared to get injured or worse.
You got it. You got it. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, roll to the river! My word, that is mental. Like, look how dark it is at this stage too. Like, it's just frightening. I couldn't even bring myself to step off that at the minute. What? Soon? Nah, soon. I will do it, but like, just once it's going for him, it's going. Like, he's the hype man. He's the one that gives everybody the energy. Like, been countless times I've been standing at the top of something and been like, aye, I'll go if you'll go, but if you're not going, I'm not fussed. He always goes, like, always. This is so you can't do it, you've got to get him there at least. Keep it. So if there's 4 people, right. Josh, did he slip? Yeah. Where do you want me? As long as you don't slip, and if you do have to set me down, just set me down on the ground, it'll be fine. If we keep him low, whatever's safe enough for you. 1, 2, 3, lift. Just keep the thing might be ripping a bit. There. Just keep him so low. Just stick it on. I could maybe jump in there. I think they're ripping your shoes from getting back. Where the cable ties are. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll hold. I gotta hear it.
Mark sent me this evening. I think he's pretty nervous.
Well, sir, I'm just filling toilet bowl after toilet bowl here, like, real nervous, but looking forward to it, boy. Make sure you bring the hype this evening. I'll need every bit of it.
I just spent the afternoon watching cliff jumping videos of other people doing big jumps and just getting myself stoked up. And then I drove up myself, tunes blasting, just getting myself pumped up.
he said he met Steph in the morning, and then he said to her that she had to leave at like 3 o'clock because he needed his few hours to just prepare on his own.
So I heard he told you you had to leave.
Yeah. So he actually took me out for breakfast that morning, which never happens in our relationship. Very, very rarely do I see that man before 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
It was quite funny. Him telling her, you have to be away, you have to leave. He had a playlist of songs that he was going to listen to, and even on the car ride up, Stephanie was going up to watch, but she wasn't allowed to go in the car with him. It was just him with his music on his own, just getting stoked, ready to do this jump, and he was there, he was committed there, like he was gonna do it. I was heading round on the boat. It's about 40-minute boat journey from Coleraine up the river and then out into the sea. When we were travelling across, it was like good, like 5 or 6 foot swell going up and down. You want a bit of swell on a jump like that, just to break the water a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can cut down left there now.
Okay. And I'll take it down to the bottom.
Yeah.
We're heading up. We're going to go up to the jump, test it out, have a good look at it, and then we'll head into the water, do a depth check, and then we'll be good to go pretty much. So that's the crack.
I actually think a lot about like scenarios, what could go wrong. So like it's just your mind's really busy.
If he lands wrong, there's so many things that could happen, like concussions, like simple anything could happen really. You could break your ribs, you could tear out your shoulder by hitting the water so hard, you could tear your shoulder blades out or dislocate your arm even, that's a better way to put it. Or if he's looking forward too much, slap in the face, he could be KO'd. So yeah, there's so much that could go wrong.
So I was on the boat with Albert. Matty was on the cliff with the boys. We had a few different angles trying to cover this shot and this moment. Yeah, we were nervous.
How you feeling? I was honestly so nervous earlier, but I'm fine when I'm down
Nearly
here.
broken like that.
114 foot's a long way down. You land flat in your face. You're just wrecked. Like either any bad landing off that height is bad news. Like
that is like off the chain. That is off the chain.
Sure, we scouted this out as kids. So yeah, me and Dave like started out pretty much the two of us, and a guy called Harry Fleming. And yeah, we came out here probably when we were, what age were we? Must have been 17 because we could drive, and we looked at it and thought, flip, wonder if anyone's jumped off it or.
Yeah, and then we kind of stayed at Dunluce for like years and always kind of done it.
We never came back because we were too scared.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are.
I always knew Mark would do it someday, I just didn't know when he would do it, but I think today's the day. I would say for Mark it's not dangerous at all because he knows what he's doing, but I mean if you get that wrong it's not good. I mean Mark knows that, but he's got the skills and he's done it plenty of times. Like, I mean the ones he's doing there at Dunluce and stuff is not that far off in terms of height, so he's done it before. Maybe not anything just this big, but yeah, I'm very confident for him. I'd be nervous if it was anybody else, but not Mark.
Yes, birdie boy!
This is Andrew, safety team.
It's a bit crazy. There was a lot going on, a lot of cameras everywhere. But I was just trying to stay focused, trying to visualize the trick. In those moments, you just need to forget about everything around you and focus on what you're actually doing. Visualizing your trick, and then just preparing your mind to get ready to go.
I was in the water just looking up and going, that is a monster. what a jump. I could see him just peering over the edge every 30 seconds, like working out in his head, just going through the process before he jumps.
She's big. Jump onto a wave. That's her.
Just seeing the cliff from like a mile away, it was like, and you could see a few people standing on top of the cliff and they were just like specks. The cliff looked huge from that angle.
When you actually get to the jump, I'm quite calm. And then when you're on the cliff, like you're just completely zoned out. It's just silence. You're just focused on what you're doing.
That's not a sound you want to hear.
You just have to take a stab in the dark. You can prepare yourself, but I don't know if you know you're ready. Probably.
Yeah, 10 seconds. Okay. 3, 2, 1, roll the river!
Oh, couldn't have been any better. Could have been perfect. I was so sick.
That's a shaking.
Looks huge from here! Yeah. See when we were coming from the distance, you were 3 dots on the top.
So what actually is the reward?
I was thinking about this after, like, nothing changes after you do it. You're just, you think things might change, but you're just left in like a state of awe maybe for 15 minutes. But what's left is you're just left with the journey of getting there, like the memories you make, planning it out. Like it's just the fun memories of doing it. Like the journey, I think the journey is why you do it.
Personally, we've never met like people like it. Like they're crazy, but they do come as a package, and we gathered that really quickly. They come as a package, and so I think it was like a really awesome moment. Mark had completed the jump, but you were still left with this feeling of like, Albert didn't get to do it. Albert's the local lad. He's the lad that grew up here. He's the lad that, you know, has been in the water since he was a kid. It felt like he deserved it. It feels like he deserved it. It felt like it was his moment too. And I think the fact that he didn't have that moment, that was gutting.
That's big, but it kind of makes me, I remember the fun feeling of it. Everyone keeps asking me, surely that's the cliff jumping done. I'm finished. Yeah, it could be right. Was an injury that bad, I know the consequences of it going all wrong again. It would be shocking. Truthfully, I might never jump this height again. Or maybe I will.